guys, Jason here, and welcome to another episode of Driver's Paddock. Today we're at Toronto Motorsports Park. It's a beautiful day, and next to me is my friend Johnny's M2 Competition time attack build. This has all the goodies. For one, it has AP Racing brakes, it has a half cage, it has a bucket seat. And what's different about this car than my car? Well, this car also has an APR wing, as well as a Zebulon Motorsports front splitter with the tunnels. So let's take a closer look at this car before I take it out on track, and at the end, I'll give you my thoughts on his build. Let's go. Okay everybody, the BMW M2 Competition, a car that is not, of course, new to me. I own one of these myself, and the fastest time that I've done in my personal car is a 1:14.89 here at TMP. Johnny's car has AST, coilovers, and all the other things I mentioned earlier. But let's see what we can do in his car. The tires are pretty much done. I didn't want to take time away from him and his practice. We do have a time attack event coming up, but I want to get a feel for his car, how his suspension is, how his setup is. His alignment setups are different than mine, so let's head out there and see what his car feels like. All right, here we go. Of course, this car has the DCT. Brakes are good. Feels very much like my own car. The damping is really good. A little bit softer in the rear than my car. Johnny is running a 275 square setup, whereas I'm running a 275 295 staggered setup. Oh yeah, this car is good. Definitely rotates. I'm sure this car is going to have some trouble putting the power down, but the damping is really good. The front end is really sharp. The thing is that the front end and the FR car is good. You can really steer with the throttle. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can put a fast lap down. Start to work up to it. definitely more tail happy than my car with a 275 square. I prefer a 295 in the back. I just feel like it puts the power down better. But this car, you just dance with it. You use the throttle. It's so adjustable. And these are on dead tires. I'm sure this car is faster than mine, I think. It's just the arrow in turn one. And we just wish it could put down the power. It has the grip. It just, I don't know, square setup or staggered. It's hard to say. I definitely kill the front tires on my car more than this one. This is a really good car. This is a really, wow, Johnny and Tech, you guys have built an amazing car. So everybody, we just finished 5 laps in Johnny's M2 competition. A lot of traffic, but you know, M2 competitions are not new to this channel, so let's keep this nice and sweet and short. But I honestly think in 2024 the OG M2 and the M2 comps are really the value buy. Like these days, like new Supras are like in the 70s, right? Z's are in the 70s. Like there's, what can you really get for like, you know, high 40s? There's not a lot you can get for, you know, this is Canadian dollars, for that price. And the performance level is just ridiculous, right? You know, I did 5 laps. The fastest lap we did was a 1:15, and this car is on extremely old front CRS tires, and I forgot to mention the rear is actually on RE71 RS because we actually delaminated the rear CRS before this day. So the tires are really old. You know, the conditions are not bad. There's some traffic and there's definitely some tire degradation by the time I put down that fast lap, but wow, what an amazing car. And Johnny again runs a 275 square. I run a 275 295. I just feel like it needs a little bit more rear tire to put down the power, but this car is so much fun. And Johnny doesn't like understeer in his car, right? He doesn't you know, want to manage the front end as much. He wants to get the car in, wants to get it rotated and then sort of steer with the throttle. In my car, I like left foot braking. I like managing the front end and then just getting on the power a little bit more aggressively, having that 295 in the rear to really put down the power. But I understand exactly what he's doing with his car. He has a little bit more toe in the rear so he can put down the power. But basically in an FR car, if the front end is understeering or pushing, sorry, there's an R8 next to me. Basically, if the front end is pushing, you have to wait until front end grip becomes available before you even start to get on the throttle, because if you get on the throttle, it's going to push more and more and more. But with a square setup like this with big power, essentially, you know, get the front end turned in, and then you just use the throttle to control the yaw, control the rotation of the car. And of course, obviously I'm a little bit aggressive to the throttle. Just, you know, I'm sort of calibrated to drive my own car, and you can see how sideways this car gets. And honestly, whether you're grip driving it, whether you're sliding it around, this thing is such a hoot. And I can't think of another car, again, for the price range that is even close to the level of performance and close to the level of fun that this car is. So BMW M2s in the F series generation, or even the M3 M4, is that the value buy of the year? Maybe, maybe not. But again, an amazing car and so much fun. I just love front engine, rear wheel drive, just the adjustability through the throttle. And the thing is, even if the car is understeering with a square setup like this, if you really give it a bootload of throttle, like you can excite the rear end such that it starts to yaw, starts to rotate, and then, you know, basically you can get rid of the understeer that way as well to kick it into a slide. And these S55 engines just have so much torque. So everybody, thanks for watching. If you want more M2 competition content, there's tons of it. I've reviewed obviously my own and another one as well, of course, G87 content. But thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.